weirdo.
Oof.
I don't give no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me.
For years, Rihanna's rise has been celebrated as pure talent and fate. But what if it was never that organic? What if her success was part of a setup built on control and manipulation? Jaguar Wright claims Rihanna's journey didn't start with fame. It started with pressure. She alleges that in 2005, a 15-year-old Rihanna was kept inside Def Jam's Manhattan office until 3 a.m., forced to sign a multi-million-dollar deal before she could leave. Insiders say the contract was written, reviewed, and sealed in under 10 hours, something music veterans call insane. No guardian was there. Her father was still in Barbados. So why the rush? And why did a teenager have to be locked in just to say yes?
And I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh. Okay.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
Rihanna once talked about that night herself, her voice nervous, her words uncertain. She admitted she couldn't sleep for 3 days after signing. At the time, people called it excitement, but now it sounds like shock and fear. Jay-Z later bragged, "We didn't let her leave without signing." It sounded proud then, but now it feels like a confession. Jonathan Hay, Rihanna's former publicist, later exposed what was really happening behind the scenes. He admitted he faked the Jay-Z affair rumor in 2005 to boost her fame, but the truth went darker. He was later questioned by federal agents investigating Jay-Z's alleged role in transporting underage performers across state lines. Those interrogations weren't about gossip. They hinted at something criminal hiding under the music industry's surface. When Hay was asked if other young girls had been moved around the same way, he said his blood ran cold.
Beyonce for sure. I love her. I love Beyonce. Jay-Z too, I really admire the both.
The timeline that followed was chilling. Just months after that locked-in signing, Rihanna's debut Pon de Replay exploded worldwide, and Jay-Z was reportedly controlling everything, from the songs she sang to the clothes she wore, even her interviews. Nothing happened without his approval. By 2007, when Rihanna won her first Grammy for Umbrella, Jay-Z stood right behind her on stage, almost like a shadow. Fans saw mentorship, but now it feels more like surveillance. Why did a label boss need to hover over her every move? By 2009, that mentor role had turned into full dependence. After the explosive Chris Brown incident, their careers shifted overnight. Jay-Z became the hero mentor, Rihanna the survivor, and Chris the villain. But Jaguar Wright says that entire story was built, not discovered. She claims Jay-Z masterminded the post-scandal rollout, even down to the tearful Diane Sawyer interview. Every photo, every headline, every word, pre-cleared and staged. It wasn't emotion, it was marketing dressed as pain.
And it was pretty much said like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He you know, come into the Black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story.
Rihanna's televised heartbreak wasn't as spontaneous as it seemed. It was performance turned into protection. Her pain became a weapon that shielded Jay-Z's image while destroying someone else's reputation. The rollout was perfectly timed. Right as Chris Brown's endorsements vanished, Roc Nation's grip on the industry tightened. Rihanna's next album went platinum, and Jay-Z's reputation as her savior grew stronger than ever. But insiders whisper that he wasn't saving her. He was controlling the story. Then came proof that Jonathan Hayes' 2005 federal interrogation was real. The very same year Rihanna signed. Agents reportedly questioned him about underage artists being managed without guardians, a warning sign hidden in plain sight. If law enforcement suspected something was off, why did the machine keep moving? Why did no one inside that billion-dollar label speak up? The answer might be the scariest part, because the system was simply too powerful to challenge.
We know it's crazy rumors I'm sitting here talking to, so she was like, rumors follow me at this time a lot, and
When Rihanna left Def Jam for Roc Nation in 2010, everyone thought she was gaining freedom, but it was the opposite. That move handed full control of her empire, music, fashion, and image, straight to Jay-Z. What looked like independence was actually ownership wrapped in glamour. Insiders say every major choice, from collaborations to interviews, needed approval from the top. Even her rumored feud with Beyonce during the 2015 Tidal launch wasn't random. It fit the same pattern. Two women divided, one man pulling the strings. Handlers later admitted the event was tightly staged to keep them apart. One insider said they were cordial for the cameras, nothing more. And at that same time, Rihanna was renegotiating her Roc Nation deal. The rivalry wasn't coincidence. It was calculated power play to keep Jay-Z at the center. Behind that rivalry was something darker. Beyonce's entire rise has been tied to Jay-Z. She met him at 16, dated at 18, married at 26. Critics like Jaguar Wright say that same pattern. Older man, younger star, full control, matches Rihanna's story and even echoes Aaliyah's past. Dame Dash once claimed Jay-Z pursued Aaliyah when she was still a teen. The pattern keeps repeating, and that's what makes it so disturbing.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce.
By 2011, Jay-Z's empire looked untouchable until one name resurfaced, Kathy White. A respected PR executive once linked to him, she reportedly reached out to a tabloid with details about their past just weeks before tragedy struck. 2 weeks later, she was gone, her death labeled sudden and unclear. Authorities called it a medical incident, yet no autopsy was ever made public. And here's where it gets chilling. Just 48 hours before her passing, Beyonce announced her pregnancy with Blue Ivy. The timing left everyone asking the same question. Was that really a coincidence?
How excited is your husband about this baby?
You can only imagine and multiply that. It's like the time can't come fast enough.
I think you should enjoy this time while you can.
I'm trying my best, but I'm still anxious. I want to hold the baby.
Insiders say Kathy White told friends she was ready to go public about her past with Jay-Z and even hinted at wanting hush money. But just days later, she was gone. A PR pro planning to expose an affair, a global pregnancy reveal, and then an unexplained death. The timing was too sharp to ignore. Investigators said her phone records vanished, her accounts wiped, and the story buried in days. Jaguar Wright later claimed it wasn't random. It was a warning. That same week, Beyonce became a mother in the public eye. Jay-Z's alleged mistress disappeared from it. Wright says the message was clear. Silence wasn't optional, it was enforced. Kathy's name was erased fast, yet traces still linger. The missing autopsy, the sealed 911 call, and friends who swear she tried to speak before it was too late.
Jay-Z's also been linked or connected in doing business with him. Now, Jay-Z has also been tied to Diddy through rumors and longtime allegations and conspiracies. We've all seen them online. Like the one that claims Jay-Z allegedly cheated on Beyonce with Kathy.
If any of these claims hold even a grain of truth, then Kathy White's death wasn't coincidence. It was cleanup. Insiders say she told friends she knew too much about secret contracts, private meetings, and one hidden truth that could have blown apart Jay-Z and Beyonce's polished image forever. It wasn't just scandal. It was silence with purpose.
I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
This is where every thread finally connects. The young artist forced into a midnight signing, the media manipulation, the silenced witnesses. It all circles back to one man whose power seems untouchable. The deeper you trace it, the clearer it gets. This isn't just fame or fortune, it's control. Control over stories, careers, and who gets erased when that control is threatened. Kathy White's death wasn't random, it was symbolic. On September 2nd, 2011, she reportedly collapsed in her Manhattan apartment. The official word? A sudden brain aneurysm. But police notes at the time called the scene suspicious. And what makes it haunting? Just 2 weeks before, Kathy had reached out to a tabloid about her alleged connection with Jay-Z, and 48 hours before she died, Beyonce announced her pregnancy.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them.
Coincidence or choreography? Those who knew Kathy remembered her as fearless and finally ready to tell her truth. Her friend, model Claudia Jordan, even admitted Kathy had spoken openly about being involved with Jay-Z. That didn't match the official report calling her death natural, and the missing autopsy still raises questions. For a case that rocked both Hollywood and PR circles, the silence was way too heavy. Then Lemonade dropped. 5 years later, the world saw art and empowerment, but others saw distraction. Wright claimed it wasn't about cheating, it was about control. By turning scandal into strength, Beyonce flipped the story and reset public sympathy. Kathy's name faded again, buried under the music that made everyone forget 2011 ever happened.
There was no internet, people taking pictures of you and putting your personal life or exploiting your personal life as entertainment. I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see all day, every day.
That silence grew louder in 2023 when Dame Dash reopened one of music's darkest wounds. He called Aaliyah's death suspicious and claimed Jay-Z had been obsessed with her before she passed. If true, it links two eerily similar stories. Aaliyah and Kathy White, both tied to Jay-Z, both gone too soon, and each time Beyonce's star rose higher. No one's calling it proof, but how many coincidences can one empire handle? By the mid-2000s, whispers spread. Jay-Z's empire wasn't a label, it was a cage. Artists who tried to leave saw albums delayed and contracts stretched. Kanye was first to speak up in 2015, accusing Jay-Z of holding artists hostage with Tidal's strict deals. Insiders say Rihanna faced the same trap until 2017, when she finally renegotiated for limited freedom. Lawyers claim Roc Nation's contracts are packed with NDAS and heavy penalties. Once you sign, your silence is bought.
There are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
If Rihanna's deal really started under pressure, what does that say about everyone who came after her? The pattern never changed. Control through isolation, silence, and contracts that punish disobedience. For every superstar who made it big, there are countless others still trapped in fine print, paying for freedom with the fame they were promised. This isn't just about one artist anymore. It's about an entire system where silence is the price of success. And if that's true, Rihanna's name isn't the end of this story. It's only the beginning of a much darker list.
I hear that you're a big fan of Beyonce.
By 2015, the cracks finally began to show. At the Tidal launch, Beyonce and Rihanna refused to stand beside each other. Publicists blamed scheduling, but insiders whispered it was deeper than that. The tension, they said, traced back to the same man who built both of their careers. Then in 2023, Stephen A. Smith revealed Jay-Z personally called him to stop comparing the two women on air. And it wasn't about pride, it was about control. Jay-Z didn't just manage artists, he managed perception. Beyonce's image was the foundation of his empire, and whenever another star's shine threatened that balance, the story shifted. Rivalries became strategy, and silence became survival. The pattern spans decades: 3 women, 3 tragedies, 1 untouchable power couple. Aaliyah's 2001 crash, Kathy White's 2011 collapse, and the 2024 lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of mistreating a 13-year-old at an MTV after-party. Every story circles back to silence, control, and fame built on what no one dares to question.
I think that they don't want, if they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make up.
Maybe this was never just about fame or fortune. Maybe it was about power. The empire everyone praised for perfection might have been built on fear, silence, and control. If Rihanna was molded as Jay-Z's ultimate weapon, and Beyonce helped protect the throne, then what kind of empire is this really? A kingdom of music or a fortress of secrets too dark to expose? When the lights shine this bright, the shadows only grow deeper. Are we watching brilliance or something far more disturbing hiding beneath the glitter? What do you think really happened behind this story? Do you believe there's more to it than what we've seen so far? Or is it all just rumor and timing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join the Star Watch family. There's plenty more celebrity deep dives waiting for you next. Go check them out. See you in the next one.